stages and tasks. Now, so we have a partition, okay, and logic. Along with that, logic is there, and this will be to process this. What is required? An executor is required. An executor is required. So processing is going on. So the state I'm telling you, state of data, that is partition. The state of execution of a partition. The state of execution of a partition in running state, that is called as a task. What is a task? Simply, what is generally a task actually? In a simple, in a small operation, right? Okay. So executor is a program which is processing the data. So the processing, why know when the processing is going on, that thing is called as what? A task. Okay, the processing is going on, data is there and logic is there. Now the processing has started, processing is going on. So processing has taken for almost 1 minute. The processing has taken, let us say, 1 minute. So do the state that is in this 1 minute, what is the state of the data here? The data is getting processed. The state is defined as something called as a task here. What is the task? The execution mode, the execution of the state of execution of a partition is called as a task. Okay, simply if we have only partition logic, if they're not getting executed, that is not called as a task. That is not called as a task. But if the data is getting executed, if it is getting executed now, then when it is executing state, in the execution state, that we call it as a what? Task. Okay, task is what? Simply the execution state of a partition. Simply that is called as a task. Okay, now you have to tell me how many executors will be created in a Spark application. Can you tell me how many executors? That's equal to number of executors equal to number of what? Just now we are
Partition.
partitions. And how many tasks will be created? How many tasks? How many parties are getting processed? Let us say some n. Let us say some n. Number of parties are n. Then how many executors? Number of users. Then how many tasks will be there? Okay, so number of partitions equal number of executors equal number of tasks. Okay, so partition is a data. Partition nothing but it is data, right? It is data. What is executor? Executor is a program, state of execution. Okay, it is not a process or it is not a data. It is state of, it defines the state. Okay, so if you have some notes with you, you are not reading it, it is not called as a task. If you are reading it, if you are working on it now, that is called as a task. If you're doing it, if you're doing the operation, if you're doing something in practice, then that is called as a task. If it's not in practice, simply is there, data is there but not getting executed, not getting processed, this is not called as a task. When the data is under execution, that is when partition is under execution, that is called as a task. And who will do that? Executor will do that. Executor is a program which will combine this logic and partitions and it will execute it, and that execution state is called as what? Task. Is it clear? Now we'll try to see the relation between stage and task. Now r1 equal to r2 equal to r1 dot some transformation, r2 dot some transformation, r5 equal to r4 dot some transformation, while r6 equal to r5 dot some transformation. That's some transformation. Let me take one more, last one transformation, and r8 dot action. Let us say first step. For the first step, what should happen is, let's assume each RD is having 3 partitions. So partitions will be created out of what? Partitions will be created out of what? Blocks only, right? Out of blocks. From if it is HDFS, the partition will be created out of the blocks. So blocks. So the first step, with the first step, so the first step is going to create RDD out of the data. There is nothing but RD creation, nothing internally what? Creation of partitions. P1, P2, P3. Do you agree with this? Okay, P1, P2 and P3, right? Now, second step. Second step is T1. So on this partition, what is operation applied? T1, T1 and T1. What is T1 operation? It is a normal transformation. It is a narrow transformation. So subsequently, right? Okay. Now tell me here. So when this, partitions are created and partitions are getting processed with the transformation T1. That is, partitions are getting processed with the transformation T1. Okay, so what do we call this? How many executors are created here for processing these 3 partitions? how many executors will be created? Three executors, right? Three
And
executors. And how many tasks will be running here? Three tasks. Okay, like this. Okay, so for every execution of RDD, executors and tasks will be created. Okay, now, and next again P1, P2, P3. So these are referred by R1, and these are now referred by R2. And R2 again we are performing some transformation. Okay, and for transformation that is T2. T2 and T2. Here again three partitions are created, P1 to P3, and T2 operation is performed on that. Again three executors will be created and three tasks. Okay, and next this is R3 is created here. This defines R3, P1, P2, and P3. And on R3, what is the operation that is performed? A white transformation is applied on it. So in this case, what happens is new parties are created, but the data will be interchanged. But the data gets interchanged here. Interchanged in the sense the data gets swapped. Why? Because it's a white transformation. White transformation is nothing but the data has to involve shuffling up. It is involves shuffling. So the data may involve shuffled from one partition to another partition. Okay, next to P1, P2, P3. Now at the higher in this case P1 to P3, T3 is applied. How many executors will be created here? Again similarly three executors, three tasks. That's it. But what happens here is this will, from here to here this will form one stage. Let us call it as some stage one, and from here new stage will be created from here. That is after the shuffling is done, then a new stage will be created. How long the new stage will be continued, that depends upon the, till it encounters with the new white transformation. So if there is no white transformation, the flow is continued. If the new white transformation is encountered, then again a one more stage will be created. Okay, so here where this is referenced by R4, I think. Now R4, next he will take R5 and R6, R7. So R5 again one partition, two second partition, and third partition. This for R5. Okay, and again three executors and three tasks. Here also three executors and three tasks. So on R5, T5 is applied again here. So this is also a narrow transformation only, no problem. So 1, 2, 3, three partitions are created. Now what is the next operation? On X6, white transformation is applied. So as it is white transformation, so it will involve what? Shuffling. It will involve shuffling operation. So shuffling in the sense the data may be shuffled among the partitions like this. And from here to here one more stage will be created. Let us call the stage as some stage 2. And after this T6 we have one more operation that is called a T7. So just I'm writing in the right side as I don't have enough space here. So corresponding to P1, P2 and P3, this here P1 to P1, P2 to P2 and P3 to P3, totally three partitions like this. Got it right? Three partitions will be created here internally, that's it. And after T7 again we perform one more operation. That is the end of the operations. So even this is going to create one stage 3. So if you observe clearly here, as long as the transformations are narrow, they remain in the same stage, they fall in the same stage. You can observe here, whenever shuffling happens, then stage will be created, a new stage will be created. Okay, now this is the difference. For all these transformations, how many executors and how many tasks will be there? Three executors and three tasks. Why? Because we have three partitions. Three partitions are there. So the number of partitions will define the number of executors and number of tasks. That's it. This is called as what? Stages and tasks. Yes. Now let me write all this at once. Stage. Stage is defined as a sequence of execution and execution of sequence of sequence of narrow transformations. Narrow transformations. Okay. And new stage. When a new stage will be created, new stage gets created for a wide transformation. For a wide transformation. Next, executors. Executor. What is an executor? It is a program which processes the partitions. So a partition, which processes a partition, and the number of executors equal to number of partitions. Next, task. A partition under execution. And how many tasks? Number of tasks equal to number of executors. Equal to number of executors. Just make a note of all this. Clear? Now, what is the driver program? Executor is okay, but what is the driver? Which monitors the state of executors. It will look after the executors, whether all the executors are running properly or not, or whether they are alive or not. Are they alive or are they killed? So it will try to see the, it will try to maintain the state of the all the executors. At the same time, it supplies logic also. Driver program does not involve in processing of data. It only monitors when the work is going done. When executors are processing the data, it will try to just monitor it, what's happening there, and whether all the executors are created, the executors that are created are working properly or not. All these things will be monitored and maintained by the driver. Okay, is it clear now? Driver, executor, a stage, task, partitions, and wide transformation, narrow transformations. Okay, all this must be and clear to you. Then only you will understand all the concepts. Is it fine now?